Leicester City have reached a level of giving in because Youri Tielemans has shown them that, please, I'm not renewing my contract with you and I want to go to Arsenal in here onto the Rokani Media Football. How are you guys and where are you watching us from? I go by the names of Rokani David. Smash the like button, comment and share. If at all you're watching us for the very first time, endeavor to subscribe to this channel so as not to miss out on stories that we do upload in here on a daily. Rokani David is my name. Rokani Media Football is the channel, and today we are doing a last story for you. We are really talking Youri Tielemans. We are talking Mikel Arteta and his decent record. He comes third after Pep Guardiola and Jurgen Klopp in the for you ever since he joined Arsenal. In which start, I'm going to come in here for you and really show you what exactly this man has done at the side of London Colney and Emirates. That is Mikel Arteta. We are talking Gabriel Magalhães coming out and really letting us know that he really was not moved by any talk of Juventus wanting him. He wants to be at Arsenal. He really believes that he's going to win lots of things here at Emirates. So smash the like button, comment and share. If at all you're watching us for the very first time, endeavor to subscribe to this channel so as not to miss out on stories that we do upload in here on a day. Now let's just straight into this Youri Tielemans story coming in from Jacobs Ben, a man who is so close to the deal, has told us that Tielemans is very much of Arsenal's mind, is very much on Arsenal's mind, and two other players who the club are potentially looking at are Lucas Paqueta and Jonathan David. Oh, this I never knew that Arsenal is in for Jonathan David, because Jonathan David is really another striker who plays for Lille in France. He's valued at close to 60 million euros. So for that, I'm really optimistic. I'm really doubtful about it. But Lucas Paqueta, obviously, we had it by our own ears when Edu Gaspar, the technical director of Arsenal, was in America and really said that he really loves the player. He was the best player in France last season and he really loves him and believes that he can come at Arsenal and do the needful. But he said they're not interested in him. But you never know. Rumor had it from France that Lucas Paqueta's agent and representatives held talks with Edu. And Edu told us that before he really signs a player, or makes a first talks with the player and the agent. So that shows you that there must have been something in there for you, but maybe Arsenal moved on from Lucas Paqueta. But Jacobs Ben, for me, I really believe that he has been so much consistent on Tielemans, and obviously Tielemans has now reached a side of really leaving a side which goes by names of Arsenal, a side which goes by names of Leicester City to join Arsenal. And Jacobs Ben is saying that it's really on the heart of Arsenal. Arsenal wants this deal than no other. And remember, he's a guy that supports Leicester City and he leaves that side in Leicester in there for you. Then Sammy Mokbo, a chief football reporter, Daily Mail, told us that Leicester are willing to sell Youri Tielemans as we speak about now. This is a story that Arsenal are really willing to. This is a story that's going to excite every Arsenal fan all over the world, because you've been waiting for this deal and think it is really coming to the end of its start, because it has been the news since last summer and most of you guys are even fed up of these stories of Youri Tielemans. But trust me, I can come here and really tell you that this deal is going to happen, because Tielemans is not going to renew his contract with Leicester City. He wants to go to Arsenal, obviously. Now today, another story that is going to excite Arsenal fans all over the world has come in from the Standard. They've told us that Leicester are aware Tielemans currently has no plans to sign an extension. They are now reluctantly open to letting him go for a fee in the region of £25 million. That is exactly what Arsenal is putting on the table. And Arsenal used this scenario of Youri Tielemans being left with just 1 year on his contract to squeeze Leicester. Obviously, this deal is not in the hands of Leicester. It is the power of Tielemans. Leicester, if they fail to get £25 million out of him this summer, meaning that if they're to sell him in January, they'll get like £5 million. And if they don't really sell him in January, he is allowed to agree a deal with any team. That's it. So Leicester have now accepted that they made a very big mistake last summer of not holding to £45 million that Arsenal were going to give them in Youri Tielemans. Last summer, Arsenal agreed personal terms with Youri Tielemans, with the agent. Everything was sorted, agent fees and everything, but they failed to agree on the realistic valuation of the player with Leicester. Leicester wanted £65 million and Arsenal told them we are giving you 45. And Leicester were thinking that Tielemans, having been left with just 2 years on his contract, he was confident and so much okay with Leicester, and he would really extend like 1 more year, such that even if Arsenal came back this summer after a year plus, they would have been left with 2 years on the contract of Tielemans. But that is not the case. Tielemans has said no to their contract since last summer, and obviously he's left with Union on his contract, and the power is in the hands of Arsenal and Youri Tielemans. And obviously, Arsenal mirrored the transfer of Memphis Bissouma from Brighton to Tottenham Hotspur, and that's what they used and said, all right, he was left with 1 year on his contract. They almost play in the same position. Brighton sold him £25 million. Why are you charging us 35, 10 more million pounds? Why do you want them? That's what Arsenal was really asking Leicester. And obviously, it's in the hands of Arsenal and Leicester City. Good news is that they are now willing to get 25 million pounds from Arsenal and really take that player. Obviously, this week we are going into, or we are really accomplishing or commencing, we are really halting. Expect this deal of Youri Tielemans to come on the wire by the end of next week. We expect some positive news from where Tielemans comes in from or plays from Leicester City, because Leicester is now willing to take in the amount of money that Arsenal really wants to pay for this guy. It has been reported by people like Fabrizio Romano, David Austin, that Tielemans is really on the ladder of Arsenal, and Arsenal really willing to let this player, to get this player to add this player to their more improved squad this season, if Leicester accepts 25 million pounds. Then, Football London has told us that Arsenal are yet to make a formal offer for the Belgium international, and the Gunners will get a chance to see firsthand what they are potentially missing out on when Leicester travel to North London for the big clash at Emirates Stadium on Saturday. That is tomorrow. Is it tomorrow? Yeah, I think it's tomorrow, Saturday, because today I think it's Friday. Today is 12th. Realistic time when I'm doing this video, it's 12th where I am. For you, it's already midnight. So Arsenal fans are really going to see on the potential of the player they are really willing to buy. He really had a very good exposure, or he really had a very good portrait of his game when Leicester was beating a side, was drawing with Brentford. And so, as we speak right about now, they're really working a lot on this deal. So he's going to be playing against Arsenal, Leicester versus Arsenal, Emirates Stadium on Saturday. And talking about that game tomorrow, I'm bringing you the predicted lineup and preview of that game. Then after, I'll bring you what Mikel Arteta is going to say in his presser, because tomorrow he's holding a press conference at London Conley as far as this is concerned. And this question is going to be thrown to him. I expect that to go to him, and we expect him to really get us the real answers that are going to excite Arsenal fans all over the world. So Leicester finally is willing to take 25 million pounds to bring in a player who goes by names of to let a player who goes by names of Youri Tielemans leave a side which goes by names of Leicester to join Arsenal. Arsenal fans, I think this is worth a sleeping pill tonight. I think you are going to sleep on the right side of your beds. It's a rosy evening, and you guys, you're really going to be okay, because people have been asking me, Rokani, you are always lying us about Tielemans. We are reporting news that is being brought to us, but it looks like Leicester have really given in, because when they don't really let this guy leave this summer, they are losing out on more 20 million pounds, because in January it will cost 5, and in the summer of next year he will go for free. That's it. So smash the like button, comment and share, and your reactions to this Youri Tielemans story are welcome into the comment section below. Let's go to this story. Gabriel Magalhães says he was flattered by the links to Juventus but has no interest in leaving the club as he's happy with Arsenal. So him being happy with Arsenal is really the best statement, or the best statement that any Arsenal fan would like to hear from a player like Gabriel Magalhães. To me, however much Saliba comes in through to be one of the best defenders and Hale in that game of Crystal Palace, where Arsenal won by 2 goals and kept a clean sheet, I really believe that Gabriel Magalhães is really a very good player at Arsenal. We've seen all those keeping clean sheets when he was playing with Ben White, and That means he makes every defender that plays alongside him good. William Saliba is really a very good defender, but this Magalhães guys, do you know how rare left-footed defenders playing in the central defense are? They are really rare. They are scarce. You get? Man City is looking for one. They're not getting him. That's why they're really looking for. They're really playing with Nathan Ake, because the modern game has changed to a level of playing with two central defenders as usual. But this time around, whoever plays on the right side of the central defense should be right-footed, and whoever plays on the left side of the central defense should be left-footed. That's why United went in for Lisandro Martinez, and Arsenal wanted him because they knew to it that he can play as a left back, even as a central defender on the left side of the central defense. Look at Man City, they're wanting Paul Torres. Chelsea, they've brought in Khalid Koulibaly, and very many different teams are really adapting to that system. So that is where the world is moving, and this Magalhães guy is really great. He's a wall in that Arsenal defense. Now, Arsenal has two giants who are really good in that central defense, William Saliba and Gabriel Magalhães. And we believe that if at all Gabriel Magalhães would have really had a shake in him that, please, I want to leave Arsenal because Juventus is interested in me. Oh, Saliba arrives, and they're really having one of the best defensive partnerships in the league concerning to match the one that was played. And I really believe that they're really going to continue to be having a very good partnership in their central defense, because they are really looking good. Guys, I don't support Arsenal, but I admire their defensive partnership in there for you. First and foremost, they are fast. That really favors them to play a high line in every game. Reason being, if you are playing a high line, you need to be having two fast central defenders. Look at how United is suffering with Harry Maguire. Very slow, but Ten Hag wants to play a high line. You get? So that affects you a lot. And I'm worried that we are going to play teams like Man City, Arsenal, the way Gabriel Jesus runs behind those central defenders. I don't think that Maguire will cope up with that guy. That guy has the pace. You get? Gabriel Jesus is really going to be a problem to United, because Harry Maguire is really as slow as a snail. So these two are really making up a very good partnership at Arsenal, and I hope you guys are really enjoying them. And let's wait and see tomorrow when they're playing a side which goes by names of Leicester City at Emirates. You know how we do it. So expect lots of things to come in through the predicted lineup, how they're really going to line up in the video. And I think I can't wait. One thing I'm waiting to see is William Saliba playing with Ben White. I really want to see them in a central defensive partnership and to see how they're really going to prevail into that central defense, as Ben White really partners well with Gabriel Magalhães. You get? And Gabriel Magalhães has shown us that he really partners well with William Saliba. Now we are waiting to see, can William Saliba partner well with with Ben White. And secondly, Arsenal are into the market looking for a left-footed central defender, such that if at all Gabriel Magalhães, a man we've been talking about, really gets an injury or is suspended, that player can come in through to do the needful. Secondly, even rotation is needed, because you can't play Gabriel Magalhães game in, game out, because he will wear out. And remember, there's World Cup. He's going to go and play for Brazil. I think he's a starter with the likes of Marquinhos or Thiago Silva. So what do you think about that? Arsenal needs a backup. He's going to come back when he's tired. And teams like Brazil will play up to like the semi-final. You know that very well. That means they're going to be playing very many games. So Arsenal are really looking at that. But Gabriel Magalhães says, I'm at Arsenal and I'm staying. I'm going nowhere. A story that every Arsenal fan would like to hear. Now, allow me bring you this start that is going to excite you guys, that Mikel Arteta is one of the elite coaches in the Premier League. The top 3 managers with the most Premier League wins since Mikel Arteta took charge of his first Arsenal game in December 2019 are Pep Guardiola with 71 wins, Jurgen Klopp with 64 wins, and Mikel Arteta coming third with 50 wins. And remember, he found in a ramshackle called Arsenal, a broken Arsenal that was disunited, and he never really got in the wins. But right now, he's in third position, up there with the elite. So when you see your manager in those levels of Jurgen Klopp and Pep Guardiola, and he's being backed by the board, expect lots of things to come in at Arsenal. And there is a story I've read about William Gallas saying that Arsenal is going to be ahead of Liverpool this season, because Liverpool has lost very many players and Arsenal has reinforced a lot. Guys, when you hear people saying that, it shows you how good business Arsenal is doing. Obviously, Arsenal is doing good business. 5 players brought in the names of Matt Turner, Marquinhos, Gabriel Jesus, Zinchenko, and Fabio Vieira. Now they've let very many out, and now they want to bring in Tielemans. I've said they're bringing in Tielemans. Tielemans is coming to Arsenal. If at all they bring in Tielemans, trust me, no team in the Premier League would have really made better business than Arsenal. And even if they bring in Tielemans, they are not yet done. They're wanting a right winger who plays with the left foot and a left-footed central defender. Arsenal is in for 3 more signings. One looking like it's going to get done, and they're going to get him on a cheap, because getting Tielemans at £25 million is a bargain. £25 million for Youri Tielemans, a player who is worth close to £60 million, if at all he's really tied on a good contract. So, Leicester valued him £65 million when he was left with 2 years on his contract. It shows you that Arsenal are really going in for a bargain. So, Mikel Arteta is really going to be one of those managers that is really so much good. And what shows you that this guy is good? When Pep Guardiola came in through, I think, was it 2016 at Man City, he really told him, please, retire. Because remember, he was still with Arsene Wenger by then, and he was still a player of Arsenal. He was the captain even. Guys, I'm tired. I want to sleep. I'm sorry about that, but this is the last video I'm doing today. He told him, hang up your boots, come with me at Man City, because you are one of the best coaches they've told me that is upcoming. Now, the years he was with Pep Guardiola, close to 4 years with Pep Guardiola, have really matured into what you're seeing right about now. And I believe that he is going to prove very many people wrong. He's been one of the best managers. And remember, by the way, very many people were saying that Mikel Arteta was going to be sacked first than Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, not knowing the conversation Mikel Arteta held with Kroenke and Edu before he was really given the job. I think he told them that, I want you to back me with such and such amount of money for such and such amount of period, then you'll see my yields. And obviously, what he really promised, he has delivered it. And Ole Gunnar Solskjaer has been sacked. Frank Lampard has been sacked. He's nowhere to be seen. So, what does that show you? He's really a very good coach, and is being backed by the board of Arsenal, and they're really having a very good partnership with Edu. And Edu is really doing a good job to bring him that signings that he wants, because almost every signing as we brought in has not flopped. The only flop that they had was Willian, and that was in the first season of Mikel Arteta. But he brought in Gabriel, he never flopped. He brought in Ramsdale, he never flopped. He brought in Tomiyasu. He has brought in Zinchenko, hit the ground running. Gabriel Jesus, Nuno Tavares, Lokonga, Gabriel Magalhães, Ben White, Odegaard. You see, none of those has flopped. All of the players bringing in are really working. And let's wait and see how Fabio Vieira is going to transpire into that midfield of Arsenal. Thank you guys for watching in. Tell me what you think about the 3 stories we really talked about. Tielemans, finally, Leicester City willing to listen and take the £25 million that Arsenal are offering, because the player is adamant to renew the contract either for you, and he's saying, I'm really here, but if I don't let my move through to Arsenal, I'll run my contract down and go on a free, of which it plays in his favor too. 25 years of age, still young. So if at all he goes to Arsenal when he's 26, that's not bad, because that is almost the prime age that Arsenal is looking at when they're really signing in players at Emirates. Obviously, we talked about Gabriel Magalhães, how he reacted to the interest of Juventus in him, and he has promised Arsenal fans that I'm here to stay, I'm going nowhere. That means he's going to put pen to paper on the new contract. Then lastly, the stat that has really rated Mikel Arteta third ever since he started to coach Arsenal. He's the third coach behind Pep Guardiola and Jurgen Klopp as far as wins are concerned. So that's what I had for you. Rokani David is my name. Rokani Media is the football channel. This is our last video of the day, and let's wait and see tomorrow what will we start with either for you, because you guys have been really watching me since morning. Thank you guys for watching in. I sign out for now. See you later. I cover you all in the blood of Jesus Christ, and may Almighty God protect you abundantly, because you deserve it, because He is the one who created you. I sign out for now. See you later. Good night.